Every day, millions of Muslims perform Salah, the most important act of worship in Islam. But how much do you really know about prayer? Let's find out. When was prayer first made obligatory for Muslims? Night of Isra and Mi'raj. During the prayer, what should be the direction of the Qibla? Al-Kaaba in Mecca. What supplication should be recited when entering the mosque? Allahumma aftah li abwab rahmatik. Which surah is essential for the prayer to be valid? Surah Al-Fatiha. What is the first takbir in the prayer called? Takbiratul Ihram. Do you have a friend who encourages you to pray? Share their name in the comments, and let's thank them by saying, Jazakallahu khairan. What is meant by the middle prayer mentioned in the Quran? Salatul Asr. What is meant by the term Al-Bardain prayers? Salatul Fajr wal Asr. How many obligatory prayers are there in a day? Five prayers. What was the first prayer to be performed in Islam after it was made obligatory? Salatul Dhuhr. How many prayers were initially obligated on Muslims? "50 prayers. Is there someone who specifically encourages you to wake up for Salatul Fajr? Let me guess. It's your mother, isn't it? If I'm right, drop a heart in the comments. And if I'm wrong, give this video a like and tell us who. Where was the prayer first obligated for Muslims? In Mecca. How many prayers are equivalent to praying in MASJID al-Haram, the Grand Mosque? 100,000 prayers. How many units, rakas, are there in the greeting prayer, Tahiyyatu al-Masjid? 2 or more rakas. How many rak'ahs are in Isha prayer, Salatul Isha? 4 obligatory rak'ahs. What is the ruling of prayer in Islam? Obligatory fard. If you're still watching, comment, Allahumma salli wa sallim ala Sayyidina Muhammad alayhi salatu wassalam below. How many rak'ahs are in Fajr prayer? 2 obligatory rak'ahs. How many rak'ahs are in a Dhuhr prayer? 4 obligatory rak'ahs. How many rak'ahs are in Asr prayer? 4 obligatory rak'ahs. How many rak'ahs are in Salatul Maghrib? 3 obligatory rak'ahs. How many rak'ahs are in Al-Jum'ah, Friday prayer in the mosque? 2 obligatory rak'ahs. When is Al-Witr prayer performed? After Salatul Isha. What is the first pillar that begins the prayer? Takbiratul Ihram, Allahu Akbar. How many times is prayer mentioned in the Quran? 100 times. What does a Muslim say during prostration, is sujood? Subhana Rabbiya al-A'la. What does a Muslim say during bowing, a ruku'? Subhana Rabbiya al-Azim. What is the name of the prayer offered for the deceased? Salatul Janazah. Which prayer is performed when a Muslim seeks guidance from Allah? Salatul Istikhara. What is the name of the prayer when more than one person prays together? Salatul Jama'ah. How many degrees higher is the reward for praying in congregation than praying alone? 27 degrees. What concludes every prayer? At-Tashahhud and As-Salam. Which optional prayer is performed only in Ramadan? Salatul Taraweeh. When is the Taraweeh prayer performed in Ramadan? After Salatul Isha. What does the worshipper say when rising from bowing a ruku'? Sami Allahu liman hamidah. Which prayer is performed when a Muslim has a need from Allah? Qada'ul Haja prayer. Which optional prayer did the Prophet ﷺ never miss? Salatul Duha. Which companion of the Prophet caused the throne of Allah to shake when he died? Sa'd ibn Mu'adh. What must a Muslim do before every prayer? Perform ablution al-wudu'. What is the name of the supplication said after takbir and before al-Fatiha? Opening supplication. دعاء الاستفتاح. Is eating or drinking allowed during prayer? No. Which is better, praying alone or praying in congregation Jama'ah? Salatul Jama'ah, praying in congregation. At what age should a Muslim learn and perform prayer? Seven years old. How many prayers were obligated on Muslims before Allah reduced the number? "50 prayers. What is the minimum number of people required for Salatul Jama'ah? The Imam and one other person. How many rak'ahs are performed in the Eid al-Fitr prayer? Two. Which prayer is usually performed before going to bed? Salatul Isha. What is the significance of the takbir in prayer? Initiating the prayer. What is the call to prayer called in Arabic? Adhan. What is the meaning of Qibla in Islam? Direction. What is the term for the non-obligatory prayers performed by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Sunnah prayers. Which prayer is known as the night prayer and can be performed in odd numbers? Salatul Tahajjud. What is the term for the prayer that Muslims offer, specifically on Fridays? Salatul Jumu'ah. What is the name of the prayer performed during times of drought or lack of rainfall? Salat al-Istisqa. How many takbirs are there in the funeral prayer, Salatul Janazah? 4. What is the ruling on talking during the prayer? Not allowed. Which of these prayers is performed silently, without audible recitation of Quranic verses? Salatul Asr. In the prayer, what is the position called when one bows down with hands on knees? Ruku'. During the prayer, what is the position called when one prostrates with forehead, nose, palms, knees, and toes touching the ground? Sujood. What is the significance of the Fard prayers in Islam? Obligatory prayers. Which prayer can be said only with the tongue and still be considered valid? If you know the answer, comment below. Now it's time to take it a step further. Do you think you can pass our next challenge? Head over to our video on the invalidators and disliked actions of prayer. I challenge you to get a perfect score. Let's find out together.